Be still. Not because you're afraid to move. Be still because movement without meaning is noise. Stillness. That's where the power lives. Be still in the chaos, don't rush to react. Be still when it's loud, don't fall off track. Be still when they test your peace. Stillness is a flex, a silent masterpiece. Be still like the sky before a storm breaks. Be still like breath between heartbreaks. Be still even when they push you to snap. Stillness is how you hold your map. Be still, not frozen, but firm. Be still, you've got lessons to unlearn. You don't have to chase what's already yours. Be still and watch it pour. Be still. Wild. Stillness holds your inner child. Be still when the doors all close. Be still, watch how your knowing grows. Be still, not to disappear, but to see what you couldn't see clear. Be still in the mirror, no disguise. Be still and watch your own soul rise. Be still and let your frequency build. Sacred doesn't scream, sacred is stilled. What if stillness was how you listen? What if stillness was your mission? What if you didn't hustle to heal, but trusted stillness to reveal? It's alignment. Be still and grow. Be still and glow. Be still and let the earth speak to you. Be still, let your soul move through. Be still. You're not late, you're not lost, you're listening. universe speak to you. Be still, you're not late, you're not lost, you're listening. Be still. You're not late, you're not lost, you're listening. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still. Be still.